guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's been a while since I uploaded my last video, so I figure I'll give you guys the eye tutorial as well as my face routine, how to look glowy and fresh and awesome and all of that good stuff, and showing you some of my favorite products. So hi guys, let's begin, and let me start off with the eyes. So I'm gonna start off by grabbing my palette, the Tarteist Contour Palette by Makeupshayla, and it's from Tarte Cosmetics. It's in collaboration with her, which I absolutely love her, and she's awesome and so beautiful. So what I love about this palette is that not only is for the face, but you can also use it on the eyes. So I use the contour shade that I just showed you to apply this right on my crease as a transition shade and to create some definition. So definitely this palette, like I said on my snapshot, is targeted more of people with deeper skin tone, but I love the fact that you can use it on the eyes. So I'm using here this shade that is the middle shade, is for the glow. It's called the Glow. So I'm gonna put this right on my lid with doing dabbing motions and really dabbing that color, tapping that color into my eye to just make sure like I don't make any fallouts. And I definitely apply an eye base before I apply everything. So I use the Air Patrol by Benefit Cosmetics, by the way, because I did apply an eye base. You have to apply an eye base. And I'm using here the darker shade from the palette. It's called To Accentuate, number 5, to give me some definition right on the crease. And also, that's a good tip, just lift your head so you can really see where you're placing the color, and just blend it upward to the brow, like to the tail of your brow, to just give you that almond shape effect. And like I was saying before, so definitely if you're more on light skin tone, to like myself, like is a little bit more, I guess, not tan, but like medium skin tone, you totally can use this palette as well, because I'm showing you right now that you can use it for the eyes, and it creates some beautiful looks, and I'll show you how to use the palette as well for the skin. So I'm using here the highlight shade, and I'm applying this right on the center of my eye to create some definition there and really open my eyes. So let's move on to these Tarteist liner, and it comes with a pencil on one side, retractable pencil, and on the other side is like a liquid rapid pen. So this is a great tip for anyone that is just starting to do the liner and want to get better at it. So what I usually do, and I would recommend, is use a pencil first to draw the line, and draw it very close to the lash line. And even if you don't do it, if you do it messy at the beginning, I'll show you what to do, but just trace the line. And then once you trace the line, you want to go ahead and grab an angle brush, and you want to smudge out this product, creating more of a sharper liner. So this is just gonna give you like a guide, so when you apply that rapid pen and more like intense liner, even like a gel liner, it will give you more of a defined liner and sharper liner, because you already have that guide from the pencil. And here is the other side of this product, and I am just basically drawing the liner again to make it more intense and more defined. So that's a great tip if you're just starting, and make sure you use an amplifier mirror like I always say, because it will help you tremendously. So next I am going to grab this Liner Designer product by Beauty Blender, which I absolutely love it because it really helps you like real quick draw the line, and I usually stick it to my skin, but this time I just decided to show you how to use it without sticking it to your skin. And you put it right there, and it helps you like really guide that line and really make it a little sharper. And then I'm grabbing a little bit of concealer, and I use the this is not a concealer actually, this is cream foundation from Tarte Cosmetics that I absolutely love. I use it all the time for, you know, underneath my brows and maybe like underneath my eyes. I don't quite use it for foundation, but I use it more for concealer and for my brows. And yeah, so basically you clean up the edge from the liner that you draw to make it more defined. And then you want to grab that pen again from Tarte and just line your eyes, upper waterline and lower waterline eyeshadow that we used earlier, and apply it right underneath the eyes. Then let's move on to the lashes. So I'm using here Glamor lashes by Vegas Name, which is one of my favorite lashes, drugstore lashes. This is more on the dramatic side. So if you're not a dramatic girl, or you know, you just want to try something more natural, the Shining Star are also, they're stunning. They all her lashes are stunning. So let's begin with the skin. So I am applying the Kiehl's moisturizer first, like I always do, and sometimes I do apply primer, but for this time I'm just gonna skip the primer and I'm just gonna leave the moisturizer as a primer. Next, I'm grabbing this stick foundation from Lancome, which I've been loving. Is full coverage right away, but if you use just a little bit, it will go very nicely on the skin, and the moisturizer kind of like helps it to thin it out a little bit and blend into the skin and really even out your skin tone and give you like a nice coverage without caking it up. But you can definitely use it for a more full coverage if you want to. You can apply more and it will definitely give you full coverage. But right now I'm just blending it out with the Beauty Blender. Let's move on to these two products. So the first one is a peach corrector from Urban Decay, which is one of my absolutely favorite correctors at the moment. It works very well with my skin tone, and I would say that it's user friendly because it's really not intimidating to someone that is not used to color correcting. If you don't have like too much darkness underneath your eyes or your light to medium skin tone, this will definitely do the job rather than using something so orange. But if you do have like really dark circles, I would recommend something that is more orange, like with really a lot of like pigment, so it really corrects underneath the eyes. So next, as you can see, I'm applying my concealer, and it's by Nars, which is one of my favorites, in the shade Vanilla. So I applied it underneath my eyes, on the chin, on the bridge of my nose, and also right on my forehead. So let's move on to this Master Contour Stick by Maybelline, which is one of my favorites at the moment. It's a drugstore product, and I love the fact that, as you can see, it's more of a cool tone rather than a warm tone, because sometimes contour products can be more on the warm side and it can give you that orange effect on the skin, but this one definitely is more on the cool tone, so that's why I absolutely love it. And I forgot to contour my nose, so I went back and finished up the job. So I'm just blending it out with the Beauty Blender at this moment, and make sure when you do contour your nose, you contour really close to that highlight on your bridge that you draw on your bridge, because if you do it too far apart, it can really make your nose wide, so you really want to be careful. Next, our little tip is just dab your Beauty Blender with a little bit of Fix Plus from MAC, and just wet it a little bit and start blending your contour. So just make sure you do dabbing motions with the contour. You don't rub it away from the skin. You actually dab it into the skin and blend it into the skin, not just rub it off the skin, because that's a lot like the main mistakes that many people do. They rub it off the skin and you end up with no contour. So you just want to make sure you really dab it into the skin to just make sure there's no lines. You're trying to erase the lines, but really keeping the product in the skin. I hope I'm not repeating that word so many times, but I'm trying to get the point across. But anyway, so yeah, right here I'm just blending it out, and just make sure there's no harsh lines. You really want to take your time with contouring because you just want to make sure there's no lines on the skin. And that's why I love the Beauty Blender, because it's so soft. And I'm grabbing here, so I'm showing you here how versatile the palette can be. Even this shade, which is for just setting underneath the area, which is called Correct, and is the number 2, is like a banana powder, kind of like it looks like. It has like a yellow tone to it, so it's great for underneath the eyes and set underneath the eyes. So I absolutely love it. These shadows are actually very pigmented, not shadows. These colors are really pigmented, and I'm grabbing the 3-4 contour shade because for my skin tone, light to medium, I wouldn't use a dark shadow that you not. I keep saying shadows. That dark shade that you see, the number 5, because it's really too dark unless you really want a deep contour. So yes, do use that. But if you don't, if you want something more wearable, just use the number 3 and 4 for contouring, and use a tiny bit because these shadows are so pigmented. And next, I'm using here one of my favorite blush, I said highlight slash highlight because it's from Artist Couture and it's supposed to be a blush, but it's absolutely stunning. I use it just to give me that glow on top of the contour, and it's called Boudoir. And then I'm grabbing that Accentuate blush from the palette, and I just put a little bit of blush on my cheeks, and I'm grabbing the highlight shade to highlight my cheekbones and really make them pop. And also apply a little bit on the tip of my nose and on my cupid's bow to make my lips a little bit more pouch once I apply the lipstick. And here I'm using Whirl Lip Pencil by MAC, and I'm just lining up my lips. And you always want to use a lip liner. It just really defines the lip, and it just makes the lipstick application much more easier and much more cleaner. And for the lipstick, I am using Amrezy collection with Lipland, and I am using the shade Aventus, and it's really beautiful, and it's like a nude brownish shade, and it's so beautiful, and I absolutely love it. It goes well with anything basically, and I just love it. It's so pretty, the shade, and I love her liquid lipsticks, definitely. A little tip once you apply the lipstick is just that you clean up the edges with an angle brush and a little bit of foundation, concealer, whatever you want to use. And I'm just putting a little bit of loose powder right on the sides to make my lips more cleaner on the sides. And I can't forget my mascara underneath my eyes. I knew something was missing, and this is a Telescopic mascara from L'Oreal Paris. So here it is, guys, the end result. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and definitely this palette is so versatile, so don't think it's only for women with deeper skin tone. It's definitely work for someone with light to medium, every skin tone. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.